what I'm going to draw for you is fiber and cellulose. And cellulose is a long chain of glucose molecules. Again, I'm talking about cellulose, yes.
Okay.
Long chain of glucose molecules. I really should. This is cellulose. I'm basically one-handed, and it's really hard when you can't hold the paper down. I mean, this looks good, doesn't it? But it is pretty useless. So the difference with cellulose is the bond. And I'm going to draw the bond like this. Why am I drawing it different than for a starch?
It's a different conformation.
It is different. But what's unique about the bond in cellulose?
We can't break it down.
Exactly, Molly. We can't break it down. We do not have the enzyme for that. What would the enzyme for cellulose be called?
Cellulase.
Cellulase, exactly. So again, there are many, many. I don't even know if this number is accurate, but at least 300. Sort of, yeah. Sort of looks like I'm trying to look like a kindergartner. Now, cellulase, okay, that's all I'm going to be doing on the Oh, Dean, there are so many people in my life that enable me. Thank you, Dean. Cellulase is an enzyme that termites make. Any of you have ever had termites in your house? I hope not. But what do termites like to eat? Wood. And wood is high in cellulose, and then its partner hemicellulose, and I think there are other kinds of fiber in wood too. Well, can they get energy from that cellulose and hemicellulose? Yeah. They live real well in the wood of our houses if we'll let them. So they do make cellulase. Termites make it. Also, there are some critters that live in the guts of cows. Can't remember. I think they're bacteria. I can't remember precisely. But they make cellulase too. And what does that help the cow do?
Break down the grass.
Yeah, break down the cellulose in the grass. That's how they get energy from grass. And we can't do that, live on a diet of just grass and expect to get all the energy we need from it. There are, people are really into eating like wheatgrass and I mean, some people are. And there are things in that we can use, just not the cellulose in it.
They drink the juice.
Pardon?
They drink wheatgrass juice.
Right. I'm not sure if is it only the juice from the grass?
Yeah.
It's not the grinding
I
of.
don't know. My boyfriend just cuts it and puts them in smoothies, so he eats the whole thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. What it has in it is, I think, chlorophyll, and there are things in general in the green leaves of plant. There are actually very small amounts of some good kind of fatty acids that are in it, even though it's not really fatty. There are some of the the good kind of omega-3 fatty acids. So does anything happen to cellulose so that something can get in our blood? Correct. No. So the benefits of cellulose for us come in our digestive tract. So water-soluble fiber is in some whole plant foods, and it's in a variety of them, but I'm only going to ask you to focus on two of them, and those are oats and legumes. And you know, by legumes, I really mean a food legume. Gums, gums and pectins are examples. And if you could just write in the margin, the reason, I might have this someplace else, but go ahead and put it here. The reason plants make soluble fiber? Just in the margin, right where I say gums and pectins.
Okay.
You could just write the reason that plants make soluble fiber, and I'm going to answer that.
Oh, okay.
The reason plants make soluble fiber is to help them hold on to water. What sort of plant do you suppose wants to hold on to water? Cactus is an example. That, what's it, the wonderful stuff from cactus that you can, pardon? Aloe vera, yes. Aloe vera is high in the gums. You know, it's a gummy. You know, in a lot of situations, that gumminess feels really good. But it's the gum, that is a type of soluble fiber. Then now, something like a legume that we eat, like a pinto bean, those are harvested later in the fall when the rains might have stopped. And so for that plant to be able to still grow so that there's enough time for the seed inside that to form, it needs to be able to hold on to water. So legumes and oats are an example. What are the building, and gums and the pectin, I said cellulose is an example of what kind of fiber? Insoluble. Whereas gums and pectins are examples of soluble. What are the building blocks of pectins? Other sugars besides glucose. So that it's not glucose, it's not fructose, it's, you know, undigestible sugars that are in the pectins and gums. And it is those other kinds of undigestible sugars in beans, like beans have a sugar called raffinose. Any of you heard of raffinose? Not a common name, but some people eat raffinose, and bacteria in their digestive tract digest it. And what happens for them?
Fart.
Yeah, they get gas, and they, I can't say that word on the air. But that's what these earrings are. Those of you that aren't close enough, and people really do double takes when they see these earrings. These are Beano. What is Beano? Yeah, see, they're very good. That's a good close-up. Beano contains enzymes. And what do you suppose those enzymes do?
Break down gas.
Right? No, they don't break down gas, but they break down the sugar, like raffinose, so that bacteria can't eat it and make gas. Now, people are different in their ability to tolerate beans. There are what are called methane producers and the non-methane producers. And in our household, one of us is a methane producer and one of us is not. So, you know, one of us, you know, every time we eat beans, it just means you put a little drop on your first spoonful. I mean, you don't have to keep, you know, every spoonful, put the Beano on, just one drop, and there's enough of that enzyme to handle the raffinose. And it really does make a difference in the.
What enzyme is NBNO?
Well, it would be, what would that be called if they're raffinase would be the
Raffinase?
I mean that might be. I haven't actually looked to see if it. Yeah, I can't read that. If it actually says the enzyme name, and I suspect that there's more than one. You can also get Beano in cute little pills, but they're much more expensive, the pills. But I mean, if you shop at Costco, you can get one size that I wouldn't have wanted to have made into earrings.